Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. So when we last left off, we had kind of accomplished the goals of the Scully Arcane as an organization. Sort of. I mean, they were there to keep an evil empress, or highly powerful magic empress, sealed away. And, well, because we kind of accidentally started waking her up, we just kind of went all the way in on that and then killed her. And, yeah, I'm not sure why this organization exists, but they gave me a sweet magical house for it, so, I'm not too upset here. Anyway, that being said, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, there's not much left for us. Okay, I'm actually going backwards. There isn't much left for us to do on this side of the ocean here, but there are still a few things for us to pick up, to finish up. Few other quests to pick up before we'll call it, good for, and get on with the actual plot here. To start with, we have. I wonder if it'll show up on the map here. Nope, it does not show us anything. Cool. Alright, but yes, the task here, Life's Work. We need to find two more of the notes in order to accomplish this, and let's see. Okay, it is this one. There we go. Awold's notes, and then Wildfrod's notes are also in this town, but in a slightly different location. Yeah, we'll have to pass by a few other things in order to get to it.
Welcome.
Welcome indeed. One of them being this lady here.
It's a nightmare it is. My lady Coriana won't eat. She won't sleep. All on account of a poor, sick Malian. Woe on House Anwan.
What's wrong with him exactly?
The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He sleeps and sleeps, but he's never any better.
Anything I might be able to help with? I am the Archmage, after all.
Well, it's hard to say. The healers are no use. You could go to her yourself and ask. No harm in that. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Melian's side, most likely. Do help my lady if you can.
Alright, let's see what we can do to help. Oh, by the way. Yeah, we did actually re-roll the character. We're currently, with Spell Cloak. Basically cross-up of, finesse and magic. Kind of see how that rolls.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong.
The Lepidus? Or is that an herb or something?
Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear.
Are you sure it'll work?
Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope.
Okay, can't argue with that. Where can I find this at?
There's only one place that I know of. The Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. Be wary.
All right.
I have sent servants before you who did not return.
Yeah, but none of them have had the experience with killing monsters and exploring the world that I have had, probably.
And then I say, Marion.
Make way for...
And then... you.
Tell me, what brings you to this sacred place? For prayer? For the weaving of your fate? Or for the orison?
The what?
Where were you raised, child, that you do not know this? It is 3 tasks, performed in devotion to Lyria by any who desire her blessing.
What are the tasks?
Sojourn, service, and giving. They wind from outward to inward, and from the depths of our history to this very moment.
Okay, and what exactly do we mean by Lyria's blessing?
It is no idle turn of phrase. Though you gave of yourself to earn it, your gain will be greater than the sacrifice.
Alright, where do I start?
You began when you entered this temple. The first task is the sojourn. Have this. It is an amphora. With it, travel to the 3 springs blessed by Priestess Tyrion on her sojourn from the north. Fill the amphora with some of each spring. One is just outside Rathir, a second in Lower Gallifore. The third is in Snowmelt Pass.
Where's Snowmelt Pass?
When you are done,
I'm sure it'll
return
show me
to-
on my map. The conveniences of game design and all that.
City Watch. Be on your way. The Watch sees all in Rathir.
Okay, actually... Fortunately, there's 2 different entrances here. Well, sort of. Okay, because yeah, the other set of notes there, Wildfrold's notes, are in this building. It might actually, I think it's on this side. And here.
Halt!
Pay the
Don't let
fine.
me catch you making trouble again.
Yeah, whatever. I do what I want, and I'm so rich you can't stop me. Oh, hey, actually, I want to talk to you too.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalchmay'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck?
What do you mean by good with locks?
Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house.
What about the keys?
Oh, I'm afraid they're lost for good. Now, I might have dropped them here, or at Kest's table the other night. But it's just as likely I dropped them in Bracken Bay after I'd had an ale or 3 at the Seafoam.
So basically you want me to lockpick the chest and get the thing, since you don't have keys anymore, huh?
The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the keys. Oh, and have these. That should help.
Yep, lockpicks, that will definitely help. By the way, what do I need to do now that I found those? Okay, I need to go to Oddwald. Okay.
Students of magic,
So many new
masters of
faces in the
spells.
market these days.
Every serious student shops at Leargriff's. Lyria's light guide you.
Then dumped
Welcome.
junk that I had picked up since the last episode, so...
Finer in all Amalur.
Stand aside.
I don't think I will. Alright. And yeah, we basically just have to walk around here, unlocking chests until we find what we're looking for. Since the area is a bit below our level, there's not much really to be found as far as really useful... Ah, there's the old red ledger. Alright, well that was fairly simple.
Stand aside. Come, have a look. Mind your step.
Not miss Leargriff's many marvels.
Alright, there you are.
The ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalchmay will be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will.
Alright, cool. Oh, good to have done a good deed, or feels good to have done a good deed, question mark.
for sale.
Well, in the meantime, none of the quests that we picked up before we started finishing those faction quests.
Lyria, light your way.
Wait. Shouldn't there be a marker somewhere along here? Oh, read the empty tome, right. That's what it was. There we go. Lesson 2. In the courtyard, you learn the first 3 principles of method: unity, harmony, and discipline. These 3 tenets are at the foundation of every student's education, as much as the bridge is at the foundation of Rathir. The bridge is a legacy of permanence and dedication. Originally, the Alfar who settled the Twilly coast would take a skiff or a rowboat to reach the Spire Rock. This was a treacherous voyage that ended with as many boats smashed upon the rocks as there were safely harbored. This bridge was built very early on in Rathir's construction through the combined effort of Dalkalfar settlers. There are 2 lessons to be learned at the Rathir Bridge. The first is an extension of the principle of unity, here you can bear witness to what is possible when you work with the others. The Rathir Bridge is a symbol for the Dalkalfar people, one of perseverance and loyalty. The grandeur of Rathir is visible from afar, but once on the bridge you can truly see its magnificence. The construction of Rathir took many people working together in difficult conditions, and they were able to build one of the most elegant and elaborate cities known to Alfar. This is why the lesson of the Rathir Bridge embodies the principle of proof. In all knowledge, there is always proof of that knowledge. Look at the Rathir Bridge and witness proof of Eleanor Bray's unity. Second lesson is the principle of duality. This bridge is an exit and an entrance, both to Rathir and to the Twilly coast. You decide which, and in your decision you illuminate the other aspect of this lesson. Choice. Your studies at the Scholia Arcana will be exacting. Your teachers will be austere in their technique. At times you will feel as if you have no autonomy to pursue your own interests, but this bridge represents that dichotomy. In one direction lies a historic city of knowledge, beauty, and the arts. In the other direction lies the Twilly coast, a blood-soaked, war-torn battlefield that was once a stretch of idyllic farms and fishing villages. Both paths lead to exploring the greater world beyond the Rathir gates. You are singular amongst our order, and that you have the ability to determine your own fate. Take full advantage of your unique freedom by recognizing duality in all things. When you are done meditating upon these lessons, proceed to the village of Mel Aglir in Kandarian. Alright, well, there's really not much for us to do in town, so let's head out of town then, and pursue further knowledge. And now let us read the tome some more. How many of those we can actually put to junk? Mel Aglir sits at the heart of Kandarian, the land named after the family who has ruled for generations. The village is well defended from Tuatha raiders, bandits, and the wild fae that roam the plains of Erythal. There are many threats to Kandarian, and the kings and lords who rule here must always be ready for conflict. The lesson to be learned in Mel Aglir is the principle of preparation. For centuries, Kandarian Keep has been a bastion of strength for the Alfar people. The early kings of Kandarian protected all of Erythal from the threats of Duroc or Jotun invasion. Kandarian Keep was the only fortress to withstand Sierra Sedanis' might. In times of crisis, the kings of Kandarian would house the villagers within the walls of the keep. A Kandarian guard as well as a militia kept the peace throughout the villages and countryside. The people of Kandarian were always prepared and thus able to survive. The survival of Mel Aglir is the testament of the importance of preparation. Whereas the previous lessons facilitate success in the Scholia Arcana, this lesson will help you survive. Students of the Scholia Arcana are frequently and woefully unprepared to deal with magic. It is a volatile and hazardous force, and there is no room for imprudent experimentation in our order. Those who do not heed this lesson are liable to suffer and unwittingly cause others to harm. Mel Aglir stands as a warning to anyone who would delve into the secrets of magic. Prepare appropriately or suffer the consequences. When you are ready, proceed to the Kandarian countryside. Alright. Alright, we're particularly... Oh. Alright, not too far from this wagon here. And there we go. Random spot next to this giant rock. So, yeah, with the way that I've done this build, because with the cross-class builds, early game, there's almost no way to properly do the build. Late game, you need to think about what it is you're trying to accomplish. I decided to go for keep things at bay with magic and arrows. To get close, we have staves, we have that, and we also have daggers, but that's more so when we're being a sneaky bastard. Anyway, items. What's the book have to tell us this time? Final lesson. You arrived at the final lesson, forming the foundation of magical inquiry. Of everything that you will learn at the Scholia Arcana, the most important lesson will be the principle of observation. The mastery of the elements or the ability to invoke powerful sorcery is useless without an understanding of one's surroundings. An environment is a complex system of interrelated attributes, and in order to function within one, you must be aware of the boundaries and the rules of that system. Many of our order become myopic, closeted academicians, too concerned with their own learnings to apply to the world. Others haphazardly conduct their research in the hostile and unpredictable world. Both of these avenues end in a failure to face your potential or to successfully achieve it. All of the previous principles are useless without observation. Learn to regard your surroundings in as many ways as possible. Explore and consider the people around you. Mel Aglir is an example of preparation, but it is also a lesson in observation. The village has dwindled since the beginning of the war. The young were enlisted, and many others moved to safer locales. And the once serene farmland of Candrian is now rife with bandits and monsters because Lord Candrian hides in his keep like so many of our reclusive sages. Similarly, the principle of duality inheres in observation. You have the freedom to control your fate, and your every decision is informed by your perception of your surroundings. Lord Candrian refuses to fight the Tuatha, and you cannot make a wise judgment from behind stone walls. The battle you just faced is so the enemies showing up there. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, the battle you just faced is a direct result of Lord Candrian's poor understanding of the principle of duality, because of ignorance of the existing conditions. Observation is the main tool with which we discover proof. It requires discipline in order to be effective. You may not be the most dutiful student of the principle of observation, but if you hadn't been prepared for that battle, you would have perished. In order to be prepared, you must first have immersed yourself into your surroundings and become aware of the dangers posed in this land. To conclude this examination, return to Savant Idris the Yanan. Your future may lay outside of the purview of Scholia Arcana, however you will benefit from adhering to the methods or order when you are tested. Alright. Cool. Meanwhile, you're all the way over here to return all these historian's notes that we found.
This is a red-letter day indeed. All of the greatest works in one place. Ewald, Dalston, you are a miracle worker, my friend. Here are some gifts for you. Take them. They pale in comparison to your good deeds, but they are all I have. Goodbye.
Wait. Oh, okay, I thought it said he handed us something there. that I guess we didn't. Okay. Actually, no, it's probably... That was the gem, wasn't it? Alright. So, with that taken care of... Okay, wait, what do we do with this quest? Okay, Lannis Davril. If I remember correctly, he was... Oh, there he is. I don't know how I didn't see him on the map there at first. Oh, hey, how did I not see this? I mean, I didn't really miss much, particularly by the stage that we're at now, but how'd I even miss that, man? Oh. Let's harvest this first before we turn in this quest.
Salute. How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope.
I'd like to turn in my vials.
Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, there we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me?
No, I'm finished.
Well, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Well,
And yeah, that's one of those ones like a lot of the tasks that you can just repeatedly go in and do it as much as you like, but the rewards are very minimal. And it's not a super interesting quest, and that one actually takes a decent amount of effort to get through, so... Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, all those. We can't finish that one yet. Need to find some more, what's it called for that? I need to return to the dude for that. Go. Okay, we didn't continue the quest, but I guess we did. That's fine. Okay, cool, whatever. So let's go find this flower for this lady while we're out and about. Nope. Wait. Pass by it. Where? Blue flowers. Oh, follow this thing. Alright, Lepidus root. And we go take it back to the lady. But since we're out and about... Ah, well, there's one right over there. Okay, that makes things a bit convenient. Oh, is this Gloam Thicket? Oh, Gloam Thicket. Alright, well, since we're here, we might as well take care of that. Now, as for Gloam Thicket itself, where is... Actually, since we're going in here for that quest, that was this one. But yes, Gloam Thicket itself is scaled levels 10 to 25. So yeah, we are severely over-leveled, as has been the norm for quite some time now. I have to say, this build is a lot better than I was thinking it was. I kind of did this, like, chose particularly this, because, like, okay, we finished the quest, you know, focused on each of the kind of core classes. Let's start experimenting with cross-classing now. And I kind of went with this one because I was figuring that this would be the most unpleasant, but between the fact that this is a fairly focused build compared to my prior experiences with it, earlier attempts, or earlier playthrough of this game and such, but it's also, being the higher level and all of that, we get a lot more, you know, ways to spend points and put them towards things, and have the ability to make a more focused build than, as I said, prior attempts at this. It was kind of, I would usually go with, like, daggers and, what's it called? Daggers and shotguns, that's it. Which isn't that bad, but kind of chakrams is like a central weapon to use. Oh, like I kind of was mentioning in the previous episode, mage weapons, I'm not super impressed with their move list. And chakrams, like, chakrams have a couple of cool things going for them. But, actually they would arguably might fit better to the long-range option, but they don't work very well at short range, and that's kind of, with this build, between the spells and the bow and arrow and all that, kind of a range that I have a bit of lack of coverage, that I don't have much coverage on, so. Also the fact that some of the kind of higher but not like top tier skills with the finesse build, and their focus on, like, you know, putting poison. That's actually, I was originally thinking just like, okay, don't even worry about it with the weapons from the more finesse side of things, but honestly, with the fact that, you know, piercing attacks have a chance to poison enemies, poisoned enemies that will stay poisoned for longer, and in addition, poisoned enemies have a chance to potentially just explode and apply poison to everybody else around them. You know, having something that was piercing damage made a lot of sense, and bow and arrow keep them at a distance. That's not great. Then again, we're in this area that's skilled level, like, almost 10 levels below us, so the equipment not being great is kind of almost a given. And also the fact that one thing that this has is, unlike a pure mage build, you do actually get some HP. Well, okay, technically the way that the HP and MP leveling works, like just leveling up, you do get a bit of that with every level up. And But, you know, it's kind of thing like when you spend the points and... But yeah, because I think I mentioned it briefly in the very, very early video of this, which we're quite far removed from, so even if I did, it might not be a bad idea to have that extra refresher here. But with the way that the leveling up works in this, when you level up, you get a small amount of points to both HP and MP just from innately leveling up. Then when you end up spending your skill points, what you spend them on further boosts things with, you know, spending them on might skills, boosting HP only, sorcery skills boosting MP only, and finesse skills giving you a bit of both. So a sorcery finesse build is going to have less MP than a pure sorcery build, but you will get some extra MP or extra HP rather. Man, my luck on auto completing wards is not great. Stout kite shield. Plus 20 armor. Ooh, plus 60 to health and mana. But I'm not getting the plus 1 to finesse abilities. I have to think about that one. Yeah, because we're not using any of those. I don't know, is it really doing much? I do like the way that it looks. Oh, it's kite. Right, kite shield is a might weapon or might equipment. Or I don't know what I was thinking there. Pile of rocks. Pile of rocks. All right, so let's get the heck out of here. Yeah, return, bring that back, visit 3 springs. So, okay, let's get back to visiting the 3 springs here. Alright, so back to our quest for those 3 springs. And we'll start picking up reagents, because well, first of all, with our skill, we actually have a decent chance of actually getting reagents when we try to get them. But that's it. Oh, there's a crab there. What the heck? Okay. But in addition, I crafted a lot of healing potions because we kind of used a lot of them last time. Alright, so that's one of the 3 springs. Travel a bit farther north to the next one. But yeah, so I end up using a lot of reagents to craft health potions. So we're a little low on reagents right now. Oh yeah, and with being a spell blade, dodging through enemies does poison damage. It's actually the same thing with the pure mage build, just with ice damage in that case. Yeah, but and then I believe warrior mage also has a similar dodge through things to attack them option, but I forget what it is specifically.
Ah, mortal.
Okay, because they're lower than me, I guess using the ice thing isn't a good idea. There we go. And this way seems to have less enemies, so we'll take that. Though first we'll pick this flower. And not get any reagents. You know, after I was saying we have a high enough level that we pretty regularly get reagents, I think that's the second one in a row that we didn't actually get reagents from, so that's great. And stay down. Boggarts. There we go. Yeah, I think I found a good way to do this kind of build. I'm quite happy for that. Which is good, because we'll probably end up running around with this for a little while. So I do want to show each of the builds, and we'll probably do kind of a thing, you know, what can you do with each of the builds once everything's said and done, you know, or once we hit max level or something like that, but... Alright, where's the last spring? Actually, I didn't want to be in the city. I want to teleport to that little market just outside the city.
Trading's done in the Prairie.
That seems to be fairly close to where the third spring is. And of course, be on the opposite side of... Actually, it's on the lower part. Never mind. I'm completely wrong area. Cool. I think at least down here we can get through the water and make it easier. So we're on the wrong side. But no, it's right in the middle. Alright. So let's go turn in some quests then. Seems like a good use for our time. Alright, so let's see, I've got that in there. Save everything is on the second level, so I will go head that direction then.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Oh wait, in here.
The Lapidus, you have it?
Yes, I do. Why is... Oh, because I don't have the quest marked. This was the main one, yeah.
Goodness.
Milton's lips move and his eyes flutter beneath his eyelids. His sleep is neither dreamless nor peaceful.
Oh, I've been having such awful dreams. Insects crawling, dark things closing in. How long has it been? Feels like days.
It has been days.
Days? Has it really? That does explain my back. And my head.
So, easy now.
Poison? Oh, I remember. A bottle of rather good wine was delivered. A gift, you know. I thought I'd have a sip. And then... Where is it now? It seems to have rolled under the bed. No one noticed, I suppose. You have it. It's a clue, after all.
That all you remember?
Forgive me. Still a bit foggy, I'm afraid. I recall Onfei bringing in the wine. It looked good, so I thought I'd have a sip. Then, darkness. Do
All right.
for Mother, if you would.
He has wakened? Thank Lyria. Here is your gold, but this matter is not yet settled. Find whoever did this, and far more gold shall be yours. The poison came in a gift of wine. Show it to Apothecary Rawani, down in the Praderi. With luck, she can tell us the poison. Perhaps the poisoner.
Alright, sounds reasonable. We'll get to that in a moment, though. Let's, return this. Seems kind of awkward to do this now that we're the Archmage, or the Archsage, but, you know, whatever. The Archsages still have to turn in their homework, I suppose.
Greetings.
Excellent job. You've earned a Scholia Arcana stipend, if nothing else. Now, let's see what you've learned. What was the point of your final lesson?
Principle of observation. Yes.
Yes, that is correct. I see you have a promising future in our order. Goodbye, then.
Alright, cool. Oh, that was over there in the gardens, but okay, no, it's pointing me towards over here.
There are multiples. Your inquiry was successful. Please, take this to cover travel and any other expenses.
Alright. And let's go see the next task that we have for the Orison. And then we'll go talk about the apothecary and see if we can track down Well, who poisoned that bottle of wine? Because you know there's more gold in it for us if we can figure it out. I like that. I like that idea.
Archsage, what a pleasure.
The amphora is full? Good. I will hold that for now. So you have seen what Baal-Atiran saw, and walked where she walked. Now hear what our prophetess taught. From the frozen north, she led our forebears across the plains to Snowmelt Pass. There she promised all a place.
Please elaborate, if you could.
At Snowmelt Spring, above the sea, they turned to see the far-off shores they had left behind, and all were sore of heart. Baal-Atiran consoled them then. Forget what you left behind, she said. We go to a new home, where each shall have a place. And then they came to the pools of Gallifore Plain, where she taught that Lyria's grace is like the waters all around.
Okay, I understand. What next?
From there, they continued east until they stood upon the bluffs and saw this spire. There, Tyrion taught us of the 3 gifts.
Okay.
Now you know what you need to know. You are ready for the second task.
And what is the second task?
It is service. Each seeking the Orison must serve Lyria among her people. For you, there is a man named Nur in the lower tunnels. Day and night he profanes the name of Lyria with falsehoods. Discredit his words before the ears of my children. Drive him away from there. To do this, you must rely on the teachings of the Sojourn. Shall I repeat them for you now?
No, I
Good.
think I'm ready.
Go then, and do Lyria's work.
Alright.
If you fail at first, persist.
Yeah, seems reasonable. At the moment, since I'm fairly certain we will be passing the apothecary before we get to the low town.
Archsage, welcome.
Ruwani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service.
That's quite a resume there. Any idea what's going on with this wine?
An alarming question. Allow me. Yes, it is surely royal winds. Few possess such a compound. I am one. Lyria! What is more, I sold a phial of it recently to a servant of old Einar Abagast. This is terrible. I will send an antidote at once, but someone must do something. Go to the city watch. Speak with Fabian Tian. At once. Fear
All right.
not. I will have the antidote sent immediately.
Alright, cool. And we shall go talk with the city watch then, I suppose.
That's 5 gold over market. Over common sense.
Oh, wait, no, that's the exit. Wrong way. This way.
City, do you have a crime to report? Or any other matter?
Abergast poisoned Malion and one.
Poison? I'd heard the boy was ill, but that is a bit far-fetched. I'll send 1 or 2 of the watch. You should meet them with these accusations at Abergast's house.
Okay. Cool. Where's Abergast? Oh, okay. Let's get out of here and then look at the map. There's Abergast's house. Ah, okay. Let's go meet them there, then we'll head to Lowtown. Or the slums, whatever you want to call it. What do they call it? Lower tunnels. Well, that's where it is. I forget what she actually referred to it as, though. I know that's not going to. This is going to. Don't get hung up on the geometry. Let's head over here.
This way.
The heck?
Ah, here they
Someone
come.
actually live here? What the heck?
He was a good servant. I knew him all his life. And now I have brought that life to a sweet and dutiful end.
Killed your own servant?
It was as he wished, though I know you will disbelieve me. I tell you no lies.
Was he the poisoner?
No, it was not him. He was my disciple, but it was I and I alone who began the work of death. There would have been more death, but no matter. Balin's testament burns bright this day.
What is your grudge? Wait, what? Balin's testament?
Why? Balin is the god of death, of endings. His testament is simply that all that live must die. And I am his priest.
What is your... what?
If Coriana had not slighted my love those years ago, if she had not drowned my green spring in barren snow, her house not flourished while my soul withered, I would never have known the beauty of death, the words of Balin. I resolved my gift would start with her, but now I see my time has come. I welcome Balin's embrace.
Okay. Okay. That was a thing that just happened. Death's vestments. 30% damage versus heavily wounded targets. Chance to critically hit versus heavily wounded. Bonus to mana and health and mana regeneration. Enchanted tunic dedicated to Balin, the god of death. Alright. We'll go tell the lady how things have gone. In a moment though, let's make our way to the lower tunnels now.
Move along, citizen.
One moment. Alright, where's this dude? Okay, not too far in, thankfully.
That man stands in the tunnels day and night.
He loves the victor and hates the fallen. And what is this? One of the blessed? Tell me, top dweller, can you tell me truthfully that Lyria does not love you more than she loves us? Why else would she put the fortunate upon the spire with her temple and cast us down here in the dark?
There he is, like waters around us.
Poet then? Student of history? Lucky you, to have such fine books to steal your thoughts from. If you're so clever, then tell me, are we not fated? Did Lyria not place us down here by design?
What do you know of fate?
And you? Are you a fate weaver? A pretty liar who pretends to warp our fates? Oh, I am wise to such lies. Let all of you be wise as well.
She gave all a place in Rathir.
Aha! So you admit it then? You openly confess that she gave us this place. Gave us nothing but these dank caves and a few meager coins.
She gave the 3 gifts.
What? Child's nonsense. Boulder all for empty heads. Why are you all looking at me that way? Surely you don't believe in such lies. And if they are true, you are still here. Bah! You are all sheep. Cling to your goddess then. You are caged sheep. Keep to your pens.
Hello, Topsider.
Alright, cool. That was a thing. Less of a thing than the thing that happened before the thing. The thing. Thing the thing.
Them that can't
Yeah.
sleep in houses.
Alright. So we'll head back up, go talk to the rich lady, because something tells me now that we've found the murderer, and then they offed themselves, because they were a death-obsessed, slated ex-lover. I don't know, maybe the rich lady can fill in some of the holes here that I'm what?
It is done? Was he... Here, take this, and I must make a confession. I nearly married Einar Abegast many years ago. My parents forbade it. I knew it was wrong, that he didn't deserve to be treated so. The follies of youth. I never dreamed he would grow so bitter and turn to that dark cult. Never.
All right then.
Welcome. Word has come to me of your service. You defended our faith and Rathir's image admirably. You have reached the final task. It is not far off. In fact, it is standing before me at this very moment. It is the giving, and you give it of yourself. When you are ready, tell me so.
Okay, I am ready.
First, you must choose. Give of yourself the wisdom you have gained, or give a magic gem of the highest water, or give in gold a sum of great worth. Do you understand?
Yes, I am ready to give.
Excellent. Tell me, which do you choose?
I give gold, because that's like maybe 10% of what I have. That's not much.
Then by Lyria's light and Tyrion's teaching, I, priestess of this temple, receive your gift and conclude your orison. You have walked the path of our ancestors, spoken the words of our prophets, and given truly of yourself. Lyria guard you, Lyria guide you, and may her blessing be upon you. You have done well. Be proud.
Alright. And so with that of course gave us some experience, but we also have... Oh, actually, let's take a look. The shield that we end up getting. Meh. Okay. I don't know. We got a thing that supposed to end up giving us about +1 to mana regeneration. Maybe that's actually probably looking in the wrong spot. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Oh, there we go. Yeah, plus or -5% mana cost. That's it. All right. So with all of that taken care of, there's really not much of anything else we can do without going on with the plot. I mean, we can take on the DLC, but I think we'll hold off on that for the moment. And we'll just, next time, take on with the plot.
Someone else will have to.
Make our way to Melsenshire and help with the war. Till then, though, as always, later, folks.